Hey everybody, welcome back from spring break. Here we go, finish strong the rest of this semester. So apologies for needing to make this asynchronous today. I had something come up that I just have to handle. And so since we were going to do some of the searching of some artifacts today, could be videos, could be policy documents. I'll explain a little bit more in a sec. We could do that work. You could use the class time to get that done. So you might recall, even though it's been a while now, that you're going to watch 4 videos today. Less than 15 minutes total, a TED Talk and some slam poetry that I think are examples of what I'd like you to find, so that we have a rich set of examples of language ideologies. And what I mean by language ideologies are examples of when language, and especially languages, is contentious, celebrated, argued, reclaimed. And I think the ones that I have as examples are examples of people really reclaiming their languages or making arguments about why it's important. For example, to be able to say someone's name in there, and especially in light of all that's gone on in the last couple of weeks with the shootings in Atlanta and the conversations that have arisen around the naming of people and how it's important to know each other's names. One of the videos you'll watch is my name. And then there's a TED Talk of 3 ways to speak English, which is fabulous, and then a slam poet on Ebonics. And then we also watched the Like Totally Whatever before in class, but another example of how, for example, the speech of women is often policed in certain ways, or called feminist or feminine. And so all of those examples are pushing on us to rethink how we think about language. So after you watch those, and those are examples, what I'd like you to do is find your own example. And it could be a policy document. There are, especially for those of you that are future teachers, if you were to search language policy, even if you did language policy NCTE, National Council Teachers of English, you'd find all kinds of policies that our organization has written around language ideology. So you might post a policy doc, you might find an example from a film clip that you remember of when language is being contentious or when someone is arguing about language. You might find a different TED Talk, or you might know of another song that does that, or slam poet that does that. So you're looking for an example of when language is kind of central to a debate or to someone, trying to reclaim what counts as language or literacy. So that's your goal today, is to find that and post it by midnight tonight, whatever, midnight-ish. By tomorrow morning is fine. And I also ask you in Currents to say a little bit about why you chose that example, and what that artifact highlights for us about language and literacy ideologies. So, a paragraph or so about why you picked that one or how you found it and what you think it's an example of. And then we'll have a bunch. We'll have, 20-something examples that we can kind of work with as part of our work on Wednesday. So that's one thing. The other thing is then for Wednesday, you're going to read Gloria Anzaldua's How to Tame a Wild Tongue, which is a chapter from a longer book on Borderlands, and comment and perusal like we've done before many times. I love this piece because it does weave Spanishes and Englishes. She talks about her schooling. She talks about what it means for her life, these different ways of thinking about languages. So I hope it'll be kind of inspirational and interesting for you, and then we'll think about our own language ideologies. So I have a couple other readings that I'd like you to do for Wednesday. One is to skim a policy document, and the other is a short blog from a local teacher that is actually talking about April Baker Bell's work. You can find all those on the Make Cycle 4 page, which I linked to in this email that I sent you and you've seen a million times. So Make Cycle 4 page has all the other stuff. In a nutshell, finding an artifact, an example of language ideology, film clip, policy doc, TED Talk, something, to post in Currents today. And then you're reading Golea Anzaldúa and a couple other short pieces for Wednesday's class. You only need to comment and perusal on the Anzaldúa. The other one we'll just talk about. I think that's it. I look forward to seeing you Wednesday. I was looking forward to seeing you today. So I look forward to seeing you Wednesday at 4 and hope you're all doing great.